everyone, Carmen over here. Yesterday I was tweeting about period dramas and I thought I would make a very brief video about the period dramas that I've watched and the ones that I would like to watch. I'm filming this on the 27th of October. I'm not sure how the lighting is going to be in this video since it has been cold and rainy today. I've basically got a very short list with me over here, and by no means, again, this is a short list and this is definitely not the end of the list. I'll definitely be adding to this in the future. And one side note before I carry on, for those that didn't quite notice, I have actually managed to wear this knitted jersey that I went and got myself from Refinery. This is technically the second time that I'm wearing it. The order that I'm going to be doing this video in is I'm first going to be mentioning the ones that I've already watched, and then I'm going to mention a very brief list of the ones that I would like to watch in the more immediate future. So onto the ones that I have watched so far. The first one that I'm going to mention is The Crown. For those who might not watch the series, or for those who might not know, the 5th season of The Crown is coming up in November 2022. This is definitely a series that I've enjoyed so far, though the 4th season did leave a little bit to be desired for me. I've watched the trailer for the 5th season and I'm really hoping that I'm going to enjoy this season. The 5th season isn't one that I'm going to be binge watching. I'm going to be probably taking this either daily or week by week, depending on how the internet usage goes. The next one I'm going to be mentioning is Little Women. And as far as I know, there have been a couple of versions of Little Women, and the one I want to talk about is the latest movie version. Basically, I've only watched one version of Little Women, and that's the latest movie version. I've also read the book, though in my opinion, the comparison between the book and the movie, I do prefer the movie over the book. And again, before people come at me, I am a book lover, though again, it is very rare that I go and choose either a TV series or a movie over the book. And this is going to be one of those rare instances where I choose the movie or TV series over the book. Besides for the overall movie that I enjoyed, I also enjoyed the music score of this particular movie. And then the last one that I'm going to be mentioning, but certainly not least, is Downton Abbey. One side note that I'd like to make before jumping into this last one is that though I've watched the TV series, I haven't yet watched the movies, though the movies are definitely ones that I want to watch in the near future. This was a series that I particularly enjoyed. The characters definitely grew on me as the series went on. I felt that there were some very heartfelt moments in the series as well. So if you're a period drama fan, this is one that you might want to add to your list. Now onto the movies or series that I'd like to watch in the near future. One series that I've got on my radar for the future is The Gilded Age. This is one that I could watch pretty much immediately, though this is one that I'm going to be saving just for a little bit later. So far, I have watched the trailer and I have found it quite intriguing. The last one that I want to mention for the moment that I would definitely like to watch as soon as I possibly can is Armageddon Time. This is the trailer that I posted yesterday about on Twitter. This is one that particularly caught my attention. It seems to be set in the 80s, and considering that I was born in the late 80s in South Africa, and this one is set in the US in the 80s, is something that particularly caught my attention. Another side note that I quickly want to make before carrying on is that another piece that I'd actually like to add to this video is eras that, if I could, eras that I definitely like to travel back in time to if I could. Since I watched the trailer, US 80s is something that I could possibly be interested in looking into or researching in the future. So as soon as this movie is available to watch, this is one that I'm definitely going to be watching. Now onto the eras that, if I could, I definitely travel back in time to. Initially, there were two that were on my list, but as of now, I am going to be adding a third one to that list as well. The first two that I'm going to be mentioning, the first one is the Roaring Twenties, and then the other one that I wouldn't mind traveling back in time to is definitely the US 50s. Those are two time periods that I definitely wouldn't mind traveling back to if I could. The third one that I'm adding to my list as of now is the US 80s. Since watching the trailer for Armageddon Time, as I mentioned before, this is definitely one that I'm going to be adding to my list that I wouldn't mind looking further into and researching and checking out on the internet for either. So, before closing off this video, there are two things that, if you want to comment down below, you're definitely more than welcome to. Two things. What period dramas do you enjoy? You're definitely more than welcome to list the ones you've watched, any favorites or any that you'd recommend that I might like to watch. Again, there is another sort of a back burner list that I could probably add to this list of to watch. But again, this is probably not going to be in the immediate future for me at this point in time. And secondly, if there's any eras that you could time travel back to, what eras would you choose to travel back in time to? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. And with that, I'll definitely be checking you guys soon. Cheers.